Before we start setting up for next week, as per usual, we're having a look at how this week is going. So as you'll remember from my last couple of Plan With Me's, for November I'm doing these Build As You Go weeklies. And again, yes, I know they're technically called dailies, but I'm not going to call them that. On this spread you can see that I managed to fit 10 days, well, almost fit 10 days. Thursday technically isn't quite finished on this page. But what I do for this one is that at the start of the week I put in my washi tape, my dividers, and my little butterfly decorations. And then for each day I just put in a header for the day, write out my checklist as I need it, and then at the end of the day put in the header for the next day. I'm quite liking this style because it means I don't end up with any wasted space, which is especially good because a lot of the time in my weeklies, the days of Thursday and Friday typically don't have as much written down on them. With that said, come December I am going to go back to the more traditional weekly layout, but for the week coming, as it's still in November, I am going to stick with this style. Flipping over, you can see I've already started writing down some of the tasks that I also had to get done today, and I also have sketched in where I want my butterflies to go. As per usual, any of the equipment I use in today's setup is linked in the description box below. For this one, to start, I'm just going in with my M-size Pitt Artist pen to draw out all the outlines of my butterflies. Unfortunately, I didn't really think ahead when I put these ones in. The one down there on the right-hand page in the bottom corner is actually a little bit too low, so sits behind the washi tape when I end up going and putting that in. This is a bit of a shame, and I probably should have thought about that ahead of time. But really, I didn't realize until I actually went to rip the washi tape. Something I was thinking about earlier today with regards to these Build As You Go weeklies. I kind of appreciate that they end up using less than a spread per week. As I mentioned in a previous video, as we're getting towards the end of the year, I'm kind of getting a little bit strapped for space in my journal, so having the weeklies in November taking up only 3 spreads rather than 4 is something that I can be pleased with. With my outlining, page dividing, and washi tape in, it was time to add some decoration to my butterflies. This is always the part that I kind of find the hardest, because I want them to be symmetrical, and I want at least some of them to look semi-realistic. But more than anything, I want them all to be unique. Now as we're on to my last weekly for November, it's kind of getting a little bit hard to think of unique patterns. Coming back to my nail tidbit at the start of this video though, as you guys will remember from last week, I had quite long acrylic nails, and as you can see, this week they are a lot shorter, a lot more manageable. I'm finding them so much easier to deal with. These ones are my natural nails, except for, obviously, my pointer finger on my left hand. In this footage, obviously that one's still attached. I did try and get it removed this evening because on Monday when I went to the salon it was too sore to deal with. They told me to come back in a few days. They forgot to mention that I had to make a booking though, so yeah. Thankfully though I do have a booking for tomorrow evening, so hopefully that'll all get sorted and I will have a full set of manageable nails come my December Plan With Me on the weekend. With regards to the spread, I just finished this one off by adding some colour with my Tombos. So typically now would be when I'd go in and write down all of the events and tasks that I know I have coming up in the next week, but because this is a Build As You Go weekly, I'm not going to do that. I will, however, move my future planning checklist onto this page just so I have it there if I want to write down any events or tasks that I have coming up that aren't already summarized on my monthly log. Thank you for watching though, team. If you liked today's video, please do make sure to give it a big thumbs up. And I'll see you all again on Sunday, hopefully, for my December Plan With Me video. Until next time, bye!